It's free. If your competition charges someone $99 and you're zero, even if you're not as good, where are people going to gravitate towards? The zero. Who doesn't love free? Maybe it's because I'm Indian that I love free stuff, but free's legit.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Neil Patel!
Let's go, baby. Let's do it. How are you guys all doing today? Awesome. Well, today I'm going to be talking. I already forgot the title of my presentation. I'm waiting for them to pull it up. I talk so often. I just got back from Rio, and now here. I get a break for a week, and then I think I'm on the road again for 2 months. All right, so today I'm talking about 10 marketing hacks that'll help you get more traffic and build a personal brand. You guys ready for this? So I assume, because of the name of the event, everyone's here is looking to build wealth, right? Don't go buy a fancy car. That's tip number 1. I'm kidding. So my name is Neil Patel. I'm a co-founder of an ad agency called NP Digital, created a few other software companies, have a ton of awards. They don't really mean much other than the tactics, the strategies really work. I wouldn't have these awards if they didn't work. You get what I mean, right? So when I break down some of the hacks for you guys today, just keep in mind they're tested and they work. So we have roughly 750 employees, 60 plus clients around the world. We're in a lot of different countries. We have a lot of awards. We created a company. This is my latest startup. We went from 0 to over $100 million in less than 5 years. We didn't put much capital into it. I think I spent around maybe $5 million of my own money into the business. We went on the Inc. 500 list on our first year as number 21 out of 5,000. My team was really excited. I told them 21's a useless number unless you're playing blackjack. 21 isn't number 1. I'm super competitive. But it works. And I did a lot of this through personal branding. And I believe that is the new way to really build a business, in which getting traffic to your website is fine, but if you really build a personal brand, you can build an amazing business. Look at Ryan. Everyone knows who Ryan is, right? This is his event. Raise your hand if you know who Ryan is. I'm assuming that's a yes. That's everyone, all right? So a lot of his business came also from his personal brand. I think of it as a new way to do marketing. Mint got just acquired by T-Mobile for $1.3 billion. I think that's including earnout. That's a shitload of money. You think Ryan Reynolds is making $1.3 billion a year acting? No. But Mint sold mainly because of Ryan's brand. Before, Ryan wasn't the founder of Mint. There was Mint Mobile. They did a deal with Ryan Reynolds and got him a cut of the company, and then it exploded. And he's not the only one. You guys familiar with this person here? Kylie Jenner, Kylie Cosmetics. Never tried one of her products, never bought it, but she's made a lot of money. And then there was articles that said, oh, Kylie's not really a billionaire. Who gives a crap? She made a shitload of money either way. Stop trying to knock her. What other 20-something-year-old made all that money? Did they? No? Like, I don't understand why people hate over silly things. Whether she made $1 billion or $500 million, good for her. People should be happy for her success instead of hating on it. You know, I'm a little bit of the opposite. When I was a little kid and I was watching American Idol, and I would laugh at someone singing, my mom would scold me. Never make fun of people, never be cruel, respect them for trying. So never hate when other people are succeeding. One of the best lessons my mom taught me. Now when you look at Mint and you look at Kylie Jenner, they're both in the consumer space. Are you guys all here in consumer? Some of you guys B2B. How many here are B2B? Raise your hand. All right, not that many of you. The stuff I'm giving today works for B2C and B2B. My business, my latest one at least, is an ad agency. That's B2B. You agree with me, right? I'm selling to other companies. And this was one of our later offers during this bad economy. The offers were better during a good economy, but $515 million for the company that's less than 5 years old in a bad economy, not that bad, right? It just shows personal branding works. And I'm not that popular. I only have 408,000 followers on Instagram. I'm looking at these numbers right now because I don't even log into my Instagram. I'm just being super honest. 495 on LinkedIn, 1 million on Facebook, but I bet you there's no engagement on Facebook, so the million probably doesn't mean much. 445,000 on Twitter. I don't even know my Twitter password. 1.15 on YouTube, and I didn't know I had a TikTok account, but I got 85,000 on TikTok. All right? Technically, I really did know I had a TikTok account. My team told me like 3-4 months ago, like, yeah, you're doing this on TikTok. And I'm like, I got a TikTok? I don't even have the app on my phone. I really don't even know what my login is or even my TikTok email address. Don't try to hack into my TikTok, though. I still want it. But that just shows, if I was able to build up a $515 million company in a bad economy, right? Go back to the offer, 515, and we've had a lot of offers, and some much better than this during the good economy, but we're not really in a good economy anymore. And I'm in B2B, and Kylie Jenner and Ryan Reynolds did it in B2C. It works for pretty much any industry. You guys agree with this? All right, so let's go over how you can build a following and get more traffic to your site, and I'm going to give you guys 10 hacks to do so. So we're going to go through this rapid fire. Number 1, ranking at the top of YouTube. YouTube is great. It's the second most popular search engine. You know what the first most popular search engine is? You also know who owns YouTube? That's right. So they're the number 1 and number 2 most popular search engine in the world. So how do you rank on the top of YouTube so everyone can see you, hear about your business, and buy your products and services? Drives a lot of traffic too. This is the traffic to our site that we get from YouTube. We don't really do ads. This is just people coming to our site from YouTube. And we follow this simple strategy. So right when we post a video on YouTube, in the first 24 hours, we push the video really hard. We send out an email blast, text our friends, tell them to leave a comment, you know, all that good stuff. And what we find is YouTube's algorithm is the opposite of Google. When someone someone releases a video and it does super well in the first 24 hours, it starts ranking at the top right away. Google's algorithm, it can take a year, 2 years, a long time to get your rankings. YouTube, you can get your rankings in 24 or 48 hours, 1 week, for super competitive terms. So that's all you have to do on YouTube. Of course, you need to create good content, but seriously, if you create good content and you don't push hard in the first 24 hours, you won't do as well. Hack number 2, give away free tools. You can be in the mortgage industry. You can give away a mortgage calculator. That's an example of a free tool, right? There's tools for every industry. Real estate, tons of tools. Car, tons of tools. Clothing, tons of tools. With the clothing, people want to create those 360-degree views. Oh, look at this sweater. Here's how you look. Turn it around and put it in your face. So we give away a free marketing tool called Ubersuggest. It teaches you how to get more traffic, whether you want traffic to your website or more keywords to figure out for social media. We just keep giving away more and more, and you guys can check it out for free and just use the crap out of it. Sure, there's some paid plans, but 90+% of the tool is free. It's super effective. We've had 36 million users over 5 years. That's 7.2 million users per year. Anyone want to guess how much we spend on advertising? 0. Why does it work so well? It's free. If your competition charges someone $99 and you're 0, even if you're not as good, where are people going to gravitate towards? The 0. Who doesn't love free? Maybe it's because I'm Indian that I love free stuff, but free's legit. So we repeated the formula. There was this other tool called Answer the Public. It was for sale. We bought it last February for $8.6 million. People thought we overpaid for it. It was a free tool. Technically, they had a $99 plan. We made it more free, gave away more stuff, and we really exploded the growth in the tool, as you can see in the traffic, because the more free we made it, the more popular it became. And it's from all over the world, even places like Brazil. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. I barely can speak English. But it's done really well. 18.8 million users over 5 years, 3.7 million users per year, and it's been growing since we bought it. Secret, give away what people are paying for. That's it. It's that simple. Go find what they're paying for, that there is no free option, or the free options suck, and make yours better. For example, if you want to go do that, most people believe that you need to end up building it and spending a lot of money. What we do is we go and we find either A, someone who has a tool that already charges for, and they barely make any money because there's a lot of those on the internet, and we go and we buy them. You don't have to spend 8.6 million like us. That was stupid. You can literally buy some of these things for $5 grand, $1 grand, $500. Or you can go to sites like codecanyon.net and you can buy these tools for 10, 15, 20, $50, and you can put your own logo on them and put them on your own website. Again, it's codecanyon.net. And I don't know who owns that site, but they have tools in every sector for less than $100. Now, it's not as good as you building your own tool or finding something else that people are paying for and making it for free, but it's better than nothing. So you guys good on hack number 2? All right. And you can also see tools like HubSpot. They gave away free CRM to go after Salesforce. The last time I checked their stock prices, I think it's roughly a $20 billion company. Not bad, right? Free tools. And everyone knows Canva. Free tools. Canva was free for so long. Heck, Canva has paid plans, and I don't even know when they ask you to pay. That's how free it is. Hack number 3, going viral on LinkedIn and TikTok. TikTok's amazing. Trust me. I don't know my username and password, but I know it's amazing because it's so popular. So here's a quick way to go popular on either LinkedIn or TikTok. And it's a simple strategy. See, with LinkedIn, there's this company that did a study. It's called Omnicore Agency. Less than 1% of LinkedIn users create and share content. But here's the key on LinkedIn. Just because you create content doesn't mean you're going to go viral. On the flip side, if your content has a ton of comments in the first 4 hours, specifically 4 hours, your content on LinkedIn will go super viral. And it has to be engaging content. It can't be like cool tip. Well, no one cares that you left a comment that says cool tip. But check this out. I can't see too far back in the room because there's just so many lights. But there must be hundreds of you, maybe 1,000 of you. Let's go with 500. Turn to your left, turn to your right, and turn to the people behind you. Get their LinkedIn user info, and tell them, hey, when I post something cool on LinkedIn, if you like it, comment on it. I'll text you. If you don't like it, you don't have to comment. But then tell them, if you post, don't worry, I'll comment for you no matter what. Then you're guilt tripping them. They're gonna post a comment either way. I wish I could do that with my children. Does not work with children. But in the first 4 hours, if they leave detailed, good comments, such as like, oh yeah, that is a good way to get a mortgage. But if you also tried this mortgage tip, it's like, oh yeah, that one's amazing. And then other people leave their mortgage tips or their real estate tips. And that's what makes the content explode, because those comments are engaging. They're not just like, nice post. Nice post comments are useless. They don't do anything for you. TikTok, same thing, but it doesn't have to be done in the first 4 hours. I created a video, or more so, I spoke at an event, and when I was speaking at the event, I talked to them about, hey, podcasting isn't as competitive as blogging. There's over 1 billion blogs, around the web, and there's less than 10 million podcasts. And someone left a comment saying, Neil, you're an idiot. You're totally wrong. Podcasting is more competitive than blogging. There's more podcasts than blogs. It was something like that. And I didn't argue with them, and I didn't leave a comment because, one, at that time I didn't know I had a TikTok, and two, I didn't have my login information. I still don't, so there's no way I can log in and argue with them in the first place. But other people kept arguing with them, and it started blowing up. And then I realized, comments are the key to TikTok. I had my team do way more tests with this, and we started getting way more engagement on TikTok, and a lot of our clients did as well. So get people to leave engaging comments. It doesn't even have to be in the first 4 hours, but the sooner they leave those comments when the video is published, the better off you're going to be. And again, try within the first 4 hours, but it doesn't have to be that way. You guys good on that hack? All right, hack number 4, ranking higher on Google. Who here wants more Google traffic? All right, everyone, even though everyone didn't raise their hand. So I rank for a lot of stuff on Google. I don't know why my team screenshotted Google Secrets. I rank for things like online marketing and digital marketing, a lot of these terms on page 1 of Google, some of them really high up at the top. And there's a strategy that works super, super well on Google. So the secret to Google is brands rank higher. Like if you look at Nike and the shoe industry, more people are Googling Nike than shoes. That's kind of crazy to think about. This is worldwide. I understand shoes is different meanings in different languages, like zapatos for Spanish. I grew up in SoCal. I know my Spanish. There you go. Now my parents would be like, now say that in your own language. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. But as you can see, shoes is really popular, and so is Nike. More than 6 million people in just the United States type in Nike. I remember my niece, or my nephew more so, when he was growing up for Christmas, he told his mom he needed Nike shoes. His mom asked why. You want to take a guess on why he said he needed Nike shoes? Because it'll make him run faster. No joke. That's the power of branding. My wife tried to explain to him how that was not true. I was like, that's good branding there. And then when his mom started rebuttaling him on why, he doesn't need Nike shoes, he went to his mom and he's like, Mom, just do it. I was like, damn straight, just do it. And I was there, and she's like, you're not helping with this. At the time, I didn't have kids. She's like, trust me, you don't want to interfere. You don't need to interfere when you have kids. And I still interfered, and now she interferes with my kids. I learned that lesson the hard way. All right, so the point of the story is brands rank higher. The reason brands rank higher on places like Google is because they know they're less likely to create fake news. Other than CNN, they said I was running for senator because most of the images when you Google Neil Patel are my images, and there was a senator named Neil Patel that was running for, or there was a guy named Neil Patel somewhere in the United States running for Senate or something, and I got a call from my mom and dad saying, Neil, you're running for senator? I'm like, no. They're like, I see your image on CNN right now. And I'm like, well, that's not me. And they're like, no, it's you. I see you on CNN. Don't lie to your mom and dad. And I'm like, no, I'm not lying. I'm not running for senator. But typically, brands are less likely to create fake news other than that CNN incident. So if you just take your personal brand or corporate brand, you're everywhere, from social media to having your team talk about you on LinkedIn to talking about the corporate name, just being on social media all the time, 24/7, and posting daily, and you can post the same content on all the channels, or most of the content on all the channels. It'll help really grow your brand. Good on that hack? All right, hack number 5. How to generate 81.39% more Facebook engagement. Trust me, we all need this because our algorithm sucks compared to what it used to be. And we do a lot of tests and analysis. We found that video content over 5 minutes performs better. Even though everyone's about these short form videos, we found that the longer form videos are performing better on corporate fan pages. So what we ended up doing is we analyzed 939 company pages, and we found the same thing, 81.39% better engagement. We didn't look at mine because one profile isn't enough, but with 939 profiles, we found enough data. So create longer content. Easy hack, right? All right. Hack number 6, a simple way to get more Instagram followers. Everyone wants to be more popular on Instagram? Yeah, why not? So according to EarthWeb, Instagram has seen a 17.6% decrease in users creating live content. That means less people are going live. And 80% of users prefer live content over, let's say, reading a blog post. According to Growthoid, live video is expected to grow 15 times from what it was last year. So if live video is expected to grow, live video is like a better version of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Maybe not a better version, but it's a similar version. So if it's expected to grow 5 or 15x, and Instagram is seeing a decrease in live video, what do you think you need to do? That's right, create a live video. Now, if you do it twice a week, what you'll find is you'll get more followers and you'll get more engagement. So then when you post your normal content on Instagram, it'll perform better. But here's the trick. Make sure when you go live, it's good quality content. That's the first. If it's not good quality content, just going live for the sake of it doesn't work. The second thing that you need to do is go live with other members so your followers see them and their followers see you. So for example, before WealthCon, Ryan's like, his team reached out to me saying, hey, can we go live? I said, sure. And I texted Ryan, and Ryan's like, all right, we're going to go live this time. We did it. So when we're going live, my followers are seeing Ryan, and his followers are seeing me. And that's causing both our profiles to also grow. So again, turn to your left, turn to your right, go live with your new buddies. And if you don't like them, turn to the behind and find someone else in the room, because there's a lot of you guys. Seriously, do this twice a week with random people. There's enough of you guys in here. You'll start doing better. Good on that one? Yes. Hack number 7, how to collect 200,000 emails a month without ads. Remember we talked about those tools, right? Like giving away free tools? What we started testing is if you want to keep using our tools, like exporting your images of the tools or getting more, using it like 3 times, we make you register. So if someone, it's actually not even 3 times, if someone uses our tool more than like 2 times in a day, we make them register to keep using it for free, to use it more for free. And it's worked out really well. We even make the login sign in with Google or continue with Google, which makes it super efficient because they just click a button and then boom, you got more email addresses. And it's worked. Check out this graph. Before we integrated our tools and after. That's kind of crazy, right? Roughly 10,000 subscribers a day versus 2,000. Weekends are always lower. See, I'm in B2B. I always tell my wife, she was always asked, what do you want for Christmas? Or she'll ask, what do you want for your birthday? Make a wish. And I always tell her, I wish there was no weekends or Fridays, because my graphs go down on Fridays and weekends. Hack number 8. So you guys good with that? With your free tools, make them register if they keep using it for free. Hack number 8. Easiest way to rank on Google. All right. So it's competitive to rank on Google. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. But here's an interesting stat. Did you know that 15% of the searches on Google are new searches for new keywords that have never been searched before? Like, just think about that. There's billions and billions of searches happening on Google, but every day, 15% of them are brand new and never been searched before. And in other words, they weren't searched last year or even 10 years ago or 20 years. They're brand new searches that no one has ever searched before, and it's the first time Google is having someone type in those keywords. See, and what people do is they focus on these orange dots. They go after the same competitive keywords that everyone else is already targeting, instead of going after the blue ones that aren't competitive. So what's the easiest way to get traffic? You go after the blue ones, the new searches, right? But there's a problem. If no one's searching them, how do you figure out these blue searches, right? Because no one searched these keywords. You got to figure out which blue ones to go after, and you don't want to go after the blue one that's only been searched once and is never going to get searched again, because then you ain't going to get any traffic. So there's this tool that I bought last February called Answer the Public, free tool, by the way. You don't need to pay. And if it has a paywall in there, you can still do a lot for free. So again, you don't need to pay. It tells you what search terms are brand new that people are just starting to type in that are becoming popular. And those are the ones you want to go after. You can type in anything, real estate, Los Angeles real estate, mortgages, whatever. It'll tell you everything that is new and hot right now within that country or language. That's how you got to those terms, and you can rank really high by just creating content around those terms like blog posts. And if you don't want to write them, there's this thing that everyone's talking about. Have you heard of ChatGPT? It can write content for you. Or you can use a free one called Ubersuggest AI Writer, which we also released. But here's the kicker. The AI won't write the best content for you, so just go in there and modify it yourself and spruce it up and make it a little bit better. All right? Hack number 9, how to get your followers and visitors to buy from you. This is the easiest one. If you guys don't do this one, you're making a huge mistake. So when I started off in the world of marketing, you're talking about I'm 37 now. I feel old because when I pick up my kids, sometimes I blow my back. I don't understand how, but I'm getting old. My wife is now over 30, so she's starting to feel my pain too. And when I first started, there wasn't really social media. There was blogging, and when someone left a comment, you respond. It's kind of rude. If someone asks you a question and you don't respond to them, that's kind of rude, right? It's disrespectful. So you be polite. You respond to comments. Same with social media. People leave all these comments. No one wants to respond to them. So back in the day, 20 years ago, when I started in marketing, I would respond to everyone because it was a polite thing to do. And then over the years, I built up all these relationships with people I've never met. You know, there was Albert who came on before me. And he's like, yeah, we've been communicating on Instagram. But it was my team who responded to him. He still responded. He's smart. He's just like, I don't know if it was you or your team, but build that relationship. You should respond. If you don't have the time, have people respond. I still log in every once in a while, and I respond to people. Or when people emailing, asking questions like, oh, we don't have money to hire a company, but we have all these questions, I actually sit down and I respond. I just found out this new hack. I'm not the most tech-savvy person. On my phone, on the Gmail app, there's this microphone button, and I can click it, and I can just talk, and it types out the email for me. Coolest thing ever. I started responding while I was at the airport, like walking from terminal to terminal. I was like, oh yeah, you can do this and this to get more traffic. Here's where your rankings drop for your wedding business. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And they were so happy I was doing this for free. But respond and help people out. And then when you sell stuff, you'll be shocked on how many people buy from you because not only you helped them, but you've built up that relationship. That's the key to getting that sale. That's why when Kylie Jenner says, buy my makeup, you know who she is, you've built that relationship, you're much more likely to buy. And it generates us a lot of leads. Here's how many leads we get a month in the B2B world. Now, we used to collect a lot of leads here that we're highlighting with the laser pointer, and it's dropped. Because we started collecting leads in places like Italy and France, where we don't have any employees yet, and then I gotta pay to store all these leads, and I don't like spending money if I don't need to spend that money, so I cut it all down and only store the leads we need to. But as you can see, it works. Hack number 10, how to make your landing pages convert better by up to 50%. That's a high number. Wouldn't you like more conversions when you drive people from Instagram or YouTube or Google or anywhere? You need people to convert, right? So it's crazy how many landing pages we have, but most of them are optimized. And we have this checklist. And we took a lot of it from Salesforce. Salesforce did a study, and they said these 27 elements converted the best. So we took it all, put it in a PDF. You can actually get it free. I don't think you have to even give your information. Scan the QR code. It'll break down everything you need to have a high converting landing page. All right, you guys done taking the images so I can move on to the next slide? I'll show you some of them. I still see some of you guys with phones. Don't worry if you miss them. You turn to your left, turn to your right, you ask your buddy. But here's some of them, like virtual product tours, give them 10 reasons to buy, have ratings, like star ratings, like 4.5 stars, 5 stars. Let buyers leave reviews. These are all things. This works for both B2B and B2C. Testimonials, countdown timers. All 27 of them work. They're battle tested. Salesforce is a big company. Everyone's heard of them, even if you don't use their product. They own things like Slack. Try them out. You'll get more conversions. So here's a quick recap of the hacks. You can take a screenshot. Or the team here has my slides. You can bug someone here, and they can just forward you the slides. And that's pretty much it. It's now your turn. There's over 20 multi-millionaires or millionaires in the United States, which is the most out of any country. Now it's your turn to become a millionaire if you already aren't. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I know you guys are going to succeed. Thank you very much.